Alright, hey guys, welcome to the first episode of whatever I'm gonna call this. I still haven't really thought out a name. This is just something I've wanted to do for a while. Just kind of me sitting down, vibing, discussing things, sports, pop culture, trending topics, music, fashion, just all types of things, man. Excuse me. Yeah, just something I wanted to do, and so let's get right into it. First thing, we'll always start off, for the time being, we'll always start off fitted of the episode. 2017 World Series champs, Hat Club exclusive, Merlot collection, Houston Astros. And this one actually helps me transition into my first topic that I wanted to touch on, which was something that I believe heavily on and will continue to believe until it just happens and everyone was like, oh, Cody, man, you saw this coming and you put us on. The fitted game is gonna go crazy in 2021. Like, it's already going. If you are a member of the fitted community, you already know what's happening. You already know that there's waves coming, especially in terms of just creators being able to put their mark on a hat. It'll be, in 2021, it will rise higher or be at least on the same level as the sneaker game is. Because for a while, and still is, sneakers are just something that, not just something, but it's a lot of times where you see an artist, that's their canvas. And more, we're seeing creators use hats, fitteds, more likely. More of the time they use fitteds, J-Tips, T-Mark, just to name a few. If you're familiar with any of the work they've done with the hats that they've put out, like, quality products. It's not just something to get out there and sell. It's beautiful products that are hard to come by, and they're really considered gems. And so it's just one of those things that, be honest with y'all, I would love to see and I'm looking forward to in 2021. And that's just a lot with, in general, I think everyone's looking forward to 2021. And that's just, this has been, without saying, the weirdest year of, I think, most people's lives. It's been a lot of topsy-turvy, up and down things. We're almost there, guys. Just something to look forward to, I guess. It's just another year of, not necessarily unpredictability, but it's a year, it's a new year. And New Year's always scream fresh starts. It's time to get out there, do something you've always wanted to do, or do something that because of 2020 you didn't have the chance to do. So, like me, I'm looking to bulk up. So, hit my line. You got some tips for me. I know y'all know who I'm talking to. But yeah, 2020's just been crazy, man. There haven't been a lot of bad things to come out of. Well, hasn't been all bad things to come out of 2020. I personally like the spot I'm in. Still some things I need to work on, but you know, it takes time. I feel like there's always this rush to, oh, you're 20, you need to have your life figured out. But why are you rushing people? Our generation, well, my generation at least, there's so much of that rush to, oh, you need to know what you have figured out. Oh, you need to be doing this by this age. And I just don't get it, man. Like, if this is the generation that's also gonna be holding such a heavy impact on the importance of mental health, why is it so hard for people to take a step back and see, okay, I can see why you're doing this. I can see why you're taking your time to do this. And like me personally, if you know me, I do things to please myself. Obviously, I do things to please other people because I care about other people, but I am definitely one of those people that will once a week do something for themselves. And that's a good tip that I have for other people, because it may just be the smallest thing, like eating a meal you wanted, watching 5 minutes of a show that you liked, or 10 of a show on your phone. That personally has always been helpful for me. Obviously, I know that there's other things people like to do. Everyone's different. So that's just one thing if I can contribute one thing to maybe help people, that would be my thing. But yeah, it's just, I don't get how things have to be like that. But everyone's different. Well, there's one thing, but let me get to this. There's one thing that's been on my mind all day, and a lot of people that may possibly watch this understand as well. It's the final college football playoff rankings came out, and oh my goodness. As a Texas A&M fan, shout out to my man's Jaden Peavy. Big respect to you, bro. Absolutely robbed of a spot to play for the college football championship. Terrible decision. So it was, if I believe correctly, it was 1 Bama, 2 Clemson, 3 Ohio State, which was and 4 Notre Dame, which this is a team that Notre Dame absolutely got exposed by Clemson, without a doubt. Just imagine, just think about, come back to this when Notre Dame plays Bama. There's a 99% chance that Notre Dame loses that game. Or even if they do lose that game, they will be humiliated. It will be a blowout game. Even if they do keep it tight, they will lose. I don't want this to become one of those things where it comes back to bite me in the ass. But yeah, if the whole selection on picking those top 4 teams is based on a season, is based on performance of a season, let's look at the facts with A&M. It's an all SEC schedule. Anyone you talk to about college football will tell you the SEC is one of, if not the best conference in the entirety of college football. Although Big 12, although Oklahoma deserves its respect. Yes, without a doubt, Oklahoma deserves its respect. This year, Ohio State did not deserve the hype. Come at me for that one. But A&M, all SEC schedule. Yes, their one loss was to Alabama, the number 1 team. And they've only gotten better after that. Yes, they squeezed out a win against Florida, but look how Florida's season turned out. Are you crazy? But, no, that's just, I'm going to be butthurt over that one for a while. But, yeah, and then speaking of other Texas teams, I used to be the biggest Longhorn supporter. What happened to Texas, man? It's just all these years of back-to-back hype, and I feel sorry for any Texas fan, man. Because they're still recruiting well, so obviously there's something that the Charlotte recruits that is getting them to commit, but the results just haven't been there. And I don't know what changes need to be made, but they need to be made quickly. Yeah, that's that. But and then another thing I wanted to touch on. Playboy Carti. I was the biggest Playboy Carti fan in high school. Not high school. It was 7th grade to my sophomore year of high school. That was like my prime SoundCloud era. Playboy Carti, Father, Chance the Rapper on SoundCloud, yes. And Action Bronson, yes, I loved it. Still listen to Bronson. Shout out Bronson, Big Buddy Best, all of them. If you know, you know. But yeah, there's the whole thing, because I honestly fell off of Carti, like heavily fell off of Carti. Like, I listen to one track every once in a while, but me personally, like my music taste, it's hard for me to be drawn into one artist. Like I don't disrespect people, but I don't disrespect it, but I don't understand people that can only listen to one artist and be happy about everything. Like be happy that, like, oh, you know, recycling the same music. Like, I have to, like, I understand listening to the same vibe, but there's some people that just straight listen to Carti or just straight listen to this other artist. Like, I've always been one to try and branch out and try different things, which if you really ever talk to me, I will always say, like, oh, I listen to a little bit of everything. Like, yeah, I listen to one certain music, but it's not that music going constantly. It's an appreciation for all of their types and an ability to understand what goes into making music like that. And so that's just how I feel about that.